Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Yakin Nakwat out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, A Shedomite Beast with an Unnatural Affection. Alright? A Shedomite Beast with an Unnatural Affection. This is coming from Reddit. Alright, bear with me just one moment, actually. Now I'm gonna wait, but this is titled, this is from All That's Interesting. It popped up on the popular page as it usually does. Most of the lessons that I get from Reddit do. And it's titled, A Mississippi Woman Sentenced to Prison for Unnatural Intercourse with Dog. Okay? And so we're going to go ahead and pull it up here. All right, and you'll see the lady herself. All right, here it is. I don't need all these ads, goddamn. Geez, man, come on. All right, well, excuse the enshittification of all news websites, but this is her. All right, blow her face up here, as a matter of fact. And there you go. We'll leave that up on the page just for a couple seconds, because maybe, when I upload the video, it'll actually choose something for once instead of like half a page of my phone screen or like the incognito screen. It's something stupid. Can we get something that's actually accurate for once? And you see it. Here's another picture of her with the aforementioned dog, I assume. And bless you. But it's the usual suspect. All right, bear with me real quick. Slack it. But you can see it. So, Mississippi woman sentenced for unnatural intercourse with dog. And it says, of course, Mississippi woman has been sentenced for aforementioned crime. It says, according to the Mississippi Department of Corrections website, Denise Frazier, 21, was sentenced to 4 years in prison on January 24th, 2025, after she was convicted in Forest County. Look how many. Do you think you got enough ads? God damn. It says a judge also ordered Frazier to serve 5 years of probation and pay $2,615. I don't understand why they would make you pay. See, that's the thing with the Esau. Their society is like, they make you pay for everything. You should have been put to death for this. It's not something you should have. You're gonna go to prison and then pay. What is the money for? What's the $2,000 for? For what? Did you rob somebody? Who are you writing? You hurt somebody. What is the money going to the dog? What's the $3,000 going for? For what? The trouble that the police went to arrest you? I don't even get it. But anyway, it says she is being held at the Central Mississippi Correctional Facility in Rankin County. It says Frazier was arrested in Hattiesburg in 2024 and charged with 1 count of attempted unnatural intercourse and 1 count of unnatural intercourse. What is attempted? Well, I don't even want to know. Probably. It says she was previously arrested in Jones County in April 2023 for unnatural intercourse and aggravated cruelty towards an animal. And it's because that's how they're finding it. If you're wondering how they're finding out, it's because she posts that shit online. It says, according to In Defense of Animals, the IDA, right? It says authorities obtained a video that showed Frazier had engaged in unnatural intercourse with a dog. They could just say intercourse. It's unnatural, and there's no such thing as natural intercourse with a dog. It says they said 3 separate dogs appeared in multiple videos. Dogs were rescued and received veterinary care. There she is again. It says the sentencing is a step towards justice, but the fight isn't over. We are still pushing for full accountability in Jones County, where Frazier's abuse came to light, said Dahl Stanley, in Defense of Animals, Justice for Animals senior campaigner. So yeah, that's the article, man. So Shedomite Beast. 3 different dogs, man. 3 different dogs, which is absolutely wild. And of course, the person at the top calling it out, they said, please stick to natural intercourse with dogs only. This person says, I prefer unnatural intercourse with bitches myself. They're basically, you know, having a jest of, you know, like this guy says, my first thought was unnatural intercourse. Any discussion you have with a dog would be unnatural. All right, well, not discussion, but you know, it's just unnatural intercourse. Wait, there's no such thing as natural intercourse with a dog, so you don't even really have to say natural. Okay, you could have just said convicted for bestiality charges, right? Everybody would have got it. They would have known what you're talking about. Unnatural intercourse. Unnatural. If you're saying, oh, that, you know, he used the unnatural water. Well, that must mean there's some natural water somewhere. Natural intercourse. I don't know. So that's when Esau's, they try to pull that big brain shit, and they end up, you know, really just end up looking more like smooth brains. All right, looking like a bunch of dumbasses that they are. They try to pull that oh, we're gonna use big words, and then when they use the big words, it's like you overcomplicated it for no reason. There's no such thing as natural intercourse with a dog. It's still sick. It's unnatural inherently. You don't have to say unnatural intercourse. It is, yeah, we get it. You could have just said intercourse with dog, all right, or sick behavior with dog, or bestiality charges, or however you wanted to say it. You don't have to try to go overboard, but I don't know. Whoever made that article, or whoever runs that website there, probably doesn't have that big of a brain, being that half of the fucking website's just an ad. This is Exodus 22 and 19, and this is a behavior, all right, that is commonly seen amongst the so-called whites. Okay, so I say so-called because not every white-looking person's an Edomite. I'm a white-looking person. I'm not an Edomite, right? So it's the so-called white people, right? The Edomites, all right? And most Edomites are going to look like so-called white people because that's how they look, all right? That red shows through their skin, or just like most so-called black people see in America, all right? So-called Negroes are, in fact, Israelites. Now, are you going to have a couple that shine through, like fucking Lenny Kravitz, that's his name. Lenny Kravitz, absolutely. And Lenny Kravitz, in my book, that motherfucker is got to be an Edomite. I've heard some people say that they might not, and you know, hey, everybody has their. It's not like a doctrine, right? But I've heard some people say that he is. I've heard some people say they don't think he is. I'm in the boat where I think that he probably is. I've heard the mix of both. All right, some people think he might be because of his music. I don't know. The main thing that does his music is good. Some of it, don't get me wrong. That Fly Away song is pretty cool. But the thing that is all the weird shit that he says sometimes. Like he said he was going celibate or something. He refused to have sex. It was something weird. It was something weird. Like he was doing it for some weird purpose. It was weird. I don't know. You'd have to go and look it up. And it was I was like a year ago or something. He said some weird shit. I'm like, that's some Edomite shit to say. The way he worded it, I was like, that's some Edomite shit. The trying to like, I don't know. You just have to go and read it yourself. Go and look it up. Just type in Lenny Kravitz, abstain from sex or whatever he said. The way he said it was weird because you can abstain from sex, but the way he said it was just odd, man. It was just something was just weird about it. But Exodus 22 and 19. Like, what I was saying was a lot of time you see this getting with dogs or cats or rats or bats or any of these other fucking animals. It's usually Edomites. It's usually Edomites that are doing the shit. So Exodus 22 and 19. This is a condemned behavior in the Bible. You should not be doing it. Not that anybody would even think to do it, but you should not be doing it. Exodus 22 and 19. Whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death. There you go. So if you lie with a beast, biblically, you would be put to death. So they're over here charging their fines and 4 years. Biblically, you would be put to death. And that animal as well. Okay? So, and that doesn't mean it's the end. If for some reason you're some crazy, freaky dog person, all right, and you somehow manage to wake up to the truth, you can repent, all right, but a lot of people in that lifestyle, just like with the homosexual behavior, they're not, all right. Repentance isn't, you could have been slaying motherfuckers, all right, out in the world. And if you truly repent and you convert and you never ever do that again, yeah, you could be fine. But a lot of those motherfuckers are not going to repent. The dog banging, people murdering, homosexual people. You know, that's a lifestyle it's not so easy to pull yourself out of, I imagine, right? Once you're down that path, it's you kind of already hit rock bottom, right? So let's get Hebrews 12 and 16. Let's go and get that. So yeah, if you're that low, man, you got a while before you can dig yourself out of that hole. So it says, Hebrews 12 and 16, it said, and this is about Esau, man. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So we got a couple words here. We got fornicator, which is either going to go back to porneia or pornos. We'll have to see. Pornos, came up to pornos, as you can see at the top here in the Greek. It says a male prostitute, which is not necessarily 100% accurate. Pornos is just relating to the action of fornication, okay, a fornicator, okay, and fornication, if you look up the definition in the word meaning porneia, all right, or what fornication is in general, or you look it up in the Blue Letter Bible. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go and do it. Hey Siri, you know what? Actually, I forgot I can't do that. So open Vivaldi. Hebrews 12, 13. 16. I don't know what I'm doing. It was right there. What I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, it's like you. So here in Hebrews 12 and 16, we're going to go ahead and look up that word. It will be pornos still. You can see fornicator, pornos. But the app doesn't always give you the best breakdowns of all the strong. So this will give you the full thing. It says right here, akin to the base of 4097, which is that porneia? Peprasco, which means, what does this one mean? Yeah, no, it's from a base word. But it says akin, it says a male prostitute, a debauchee, all right, a fornicator or a whoremonger, and you can go down here and see. It does mean a male prostitute, but they have the third definition, which means a man who indulges in unlawful sexual intercourse, a fornicator. So that's the base of it is unlawful sexual intercourse, okay, which means anything. Slakia, bear. Slakia. So, yeah, an unlawful sexual intercourse is anything that is, of course, unlawful, okay, which would relate to homosexuality. Animals, getting with, incest, all right, close relatives, stuff like that, right? So, lest there be any fornicator or profane. What does profane mean? Profane means pointless, worthless, all right, or really unspiritual, godless, worldly. There's no one as worldly and godless and sexually depraved, right, as Esau, all right, and in the reverse order, Slakia, but it says, lest there be any fornicator, all right, sexually depraved, or profane, godless person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And again, he sold his birthright over some meat that wasn't even cooked yet. All right, it wasn't even properly cooked. It wasn't even ready. And he sold his birthright for that. He's godless, man. He's done. There's nothing that you can do to help this man, all right? He is the devil, all right? And the Lord's going to deal with him accordingly, all right? And he's going to pick the gum off of his shoe. Scrape the gum off of his shoe, because that's all Esau is some gum on the shoe, man. And he's going to be dealt with swiftly, and not in a good way either. So I got to run in here real quick, unfortunately. I'll be back, Lord willing, to finish this lesson up just a little bit later and piece it back together for your enjoyment purposes. Until then, Lord willing. All right, Shalom, we're back. So yeah, I only got 2 more scriptures to finish up the lesson with. So let's go ahead and get, as a matter of fact, you know what? This is all not even, that's supposed to be spaced. But I wanted to get Hebrews 12 and 16 in the Good News Translation. Okay. It says, bear with me 1 minute. Ugh, Slakia. Something in my eye. Slakia. So this is Hebrews. All right. There's the numbers again. 12 and 16. And it says, this in the Good News Translation, it says, let no one become immoral or unspiritual like Esau, who for a single meal sold his rights as the elder son. Okay, so there you go. And that's who Esau is. Let's let that go by. That's the type of devil that they are, right? Nothing is nothing is sacred with these devils, man. They'll do anything for anything. All right, that's where the whole idea of do something strange for a piece of change came from. That's an Esau, an Edomite mentality, right? Of do anything, like that song, do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. They'll do anything for clout. And they pushed that on Jake, and now Jake is all fucked up in the head, and Jake will do anything for clout. They're willing to go and get popped. All right. As a matter of fact, speaking about that, that's one of the other things. Speaking about the topic of the lesson, it's not a dog, but that's another thing that they make those celebrities do for a chance at fame, for becoming famous. They either pop you, all right, or another thing that you have to, do something with your mouth, or another thing is that that's where that, they make you get with a goat. All right. That's another one of the thing. All right. So that's another thing, and it's sick, but that's another thing that's been circulating throughout the that entertainment community, or whatever you want to call it, the industry, is that they make these people get with goats, or you get with little kids, or you do a homosexual thing. However they do it, you make you stick something somewhere or put something somewhere else, or the other thing is killing someone. All right, and that's why you see a lot of the time. They have these famous people. They have as soon as they blow up, they have a parent die, all right, or a spouse die, or something along those lines. I think it was it ASAP or someone? There was a video on him saying every time I dropped an album, someone close to me would die, so I was afraid of dropping albums. Well, that's just a little interesting, isn't it? That doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. That sounds like a cover up for sure, but it doesn't sound like something that is accurate at all. So, let's go ahead and get Leviticus 20 and 15 through 16. Just going to get that. Oh. 20. There we go. And this is, again, back in the King James Version. It says, we'll just read right here. Of course, up a little bit. In 13, it mentions, not having homosexual relationships, right? Down here in 15, it says, and if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. And if a woman approach unto any beast to lay down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. So really, unfortunately, all right, the animal would have to be put to death as well, which is the only thing that's sad about that situation. But it's understandable, right? Because the animal's been defiled, it's been messed with, it's gonna mess its head up. So it's sad for the animal. The person, whatever, fuck them, right? So they're wicked. That's some wicked stuff. All right, that's some wicked behavior. So we're not worried about them. All right, and I mean, at the end of the day, the animal has to go anyway. But it's sad. The animal is a sadder situation because the animal didn't have the conscious thought to go and do that to itself. All right, some person decided to do that, so that's on them. All right, that happened. The person that did it, they could have stopped that behavior. The dog, hey man, it's sad that they had to go through that, but hey, that's just how it worked, and it has to be put to death because of that. So Leviticus 20 and 15 again, and if any man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. And if a woman approach unto any beast to lay down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And let's get that in the Good News Translation and see what that has to say. It says, if a man has sexual relations with an animal, he and the animal should be put to death. If a woman tries to have sexual relations with an animal, she and the animal shall be put to death. They are responsible for their own death. There you go. So, I shouldn't have done it. Should not have done it. But it was done, and now they're done. So, and finally, Leviticus 18 and 23. All right. Leviticus 18 and 23. Got a bumpy road, so it's kind of hard typing that one in. But Leviticus 18 and 23, that one reads, that one reads, Well, we'll just start out from 22 because it flows better that way. It says, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereunto. It is confusion. Defile not yourselves in any of these things, for in all these things the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you." And again, you know what? Let's get that in the Good News Translation, because I just got to do it. So let's go and do just from 22 again. It says, "No man is to have sexual relations with another man. Yahweh hates that. No man or woman is to have sexual relations with an animal. That perversion makes you ritually unclean. Do not make yourselves unclean by any of these acts, for that is how the pagans made themselves unclean, those pagans who lived in the land before you and whom the Lord is driving out so you can go in." So you're not supposed to learn, really that goes back to learn not the way of the heathen. All right, be not dismayed at the signs of times, for the heathen are dismayed at them, roughly paraphrasing. So that's Edomite stuff. Again, that's Y to the T people shit, right? That's Edomite stuff. And it's not just YT people, because it's not all, so-called white people are Edomites. Most of them are, all right, just like most so-called, Negro-looking people are, in fact, one of the southern tribes, all right, from Southern Kingdom, all right, Judah, Levi, or Benjamin. But that's not always the case, all right? You can have an Edomite that looks just like a Jake, all right? Because you got to realize over there in the slavery times, man, on those plantations, sometimes those women would be popped by the slave master, all right? And then they get pregnant, and then they got a little Edomite baby running around covered in chocolate, okay? And they might have even had to go through a subjection of slavery for a time and a period. But ultimately, they're going to get advances in situations in their life that may not necessarily seem like advances that a so-called black person would usually get. All right, places of higher importance, i.e. Obama, right? That's an Edomite. That's not a Hamite, because it would going back to his lineage, they would make you think that he's a Hamite. That's just an Edomite, right? That's just an Edomite. You can tell because of how he is, okay? So, and the same thing with Kamala, an Edomite, right? Not even an Elamite, but an Edomite, okay? And Elam's from Indiana, but that was her mom's side, okay? So, I believe it was her mom's side, and her dad was supposedly black. Her dad was supposedly black, but if you go back to his grandfather, it was an Irish slave owner. And then you had people all mad about it. Well, yeah, if you go through a lot of black people, it's going to eventually go back to a slave owner, because that's, no. That's not how this was. No, you have Jakes that were slaves on the plantation, all right? And then you have Edomites who were children of the slave master that had sex with their slave mother, right? You are through your father. You are, you're of your father. You're through his line, all right? That's in the Bible. Look it up. You can look it up. And they gathered together, and they called their house after their fathers, all right? 20 years and up or something along those lines. Just look it up. It's there, right? So, and they declared their pedigrees by the house of their fathers. There it is. Call Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. I was forgetting that part. And they declared their pedigrees by the house of their fathers. Look that up, okay? And then go and look at the generations of Adam. All right, go ahead and look at all the generations through the Bible. It's going to be the men, so-and-so begat so-and-so, and so-and-so begat so-and-so, and so-and-so begat so-and-so, so on and so forth. And it's men begat this man, and this man begat this man, and this man begat this man. And then women are not mentioned, all right, other than, the mothers. And then it would talk about the sons in that line, right? Women are mentioned in other things, but not in the generations. It's men to men to men to men to men, right? It's through the seed line of men, right? It's not the women, because the women don't pass on the seed line. Men do, right? So, but that's a topic for another day. So, a Shedomite beast with an unnatural affection. It does not surprise me with Edomites. It does not surprise me. And at this point, wouldn't even surprise me with Jake, because they're acting just like the Edomites. So that's the lesson. We're going to close out there. Thanks for bearing with me for a disgusting topic, but it's got to be said. A little shorter one, because, just to do the nature of it, just reporting on the whole situation. Lord, what was edifying nonetheless. Again, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. Until next one, Lord willing.